For millions of years, humans wandered the earth. Hunters chasing herds, gatherers searching for roots and berries. Every day was a struggle against hunger. Every night, a fight against fear. But then came farming, and farming changed everything. From scattered huts, rose the first villages. From fragile wanderers, emerged builders and dreamers. This was not just survival anymore. This was the beginning of home. The first villages were simple. Clusters of huts made from mud, clay, wood, and stone. Families shared the same fields, cooked at the same fires, and defended the same walls. But they were more than shelter. They were safety. They were belonging. They were identity. In these villages, humanity took its next great leap. The hunter had become a farmer, and the farmer was now becoming a builder. For countless generations, humans built camps that lasted only days. Branches bent into shelters, hides stretched across wooden frames, fires that burned out with the morning sun. But farming changed everything. For the first time, humans returned to the same fields, season after season. And so the campfire became the village. The first villages were humble. Clusters of huts, mud mixed with straw, hardened in the sun. Stones stacked by hand, forming walls. Roofs thatched with reeds. Simple structures, yet stronger than any camp before them. For the first time, humans were building not for a night, but for generations. Life within these walls was different. Families shared harvests. Fires burned day and night. Children grew up in the same place their parents had, a home that did not vanish with the herds. The village became more than protection. It was identity, belonging, and the promise of tomorrow. With numbers came safety. Predators dared not attack where many fires burned. Raiders thought twice before facing a wall of spears. The village gave humans something the hunt never could, strength not of the individual, but of the community. From fragile huts rose the first villages. From the first villages came builders, dreamers, and storytellers. Humanity was no longer just surviving the world. We were beginning to shape it. With villages came builders. No longer content with temporary huts, humans shaped stronger homes from clay, stone, and timber. Granaries appeared, pits and storage rooms to hold the harvest. Walls rose, not just to keep out the wild, but to mark the edge of a new kind of world. A human world. Stone axes cut forests. Wooden beams supported longhouses. Villages began to change the land itself, clearing fields, digging irrigation ditches, carving pathways. For the first time, humans were not just adapting to the environment, they were reshaping it. But life in the village was more than walls and fields. At night, songs echoed around the fire. Hands painted symbols on walls, recording hunts, harvests, and dreams. Dancers wore masks of bone and wood, summoning spirits to guard their people. The village gave birth not only to survival, but to culture. Here around the fire, the elders became teachers. Stories passed from mouth to ear, stories of ancestors, of gods, of creation. These stories bound the tribe together, guiding them through fear and uncertainty. In the village, humanity found not just shelter, but meaning. The hunter's spear had given life for a day. The farmer's seed had given life for a season. But the builder's village gave life for generations. Here, in these fragile beginnings, the dream of civilization was born. But life in the village was not without peril. Crowds brought sickness. Stored food drew raiders. And for the first time, power, who had it, who did not, began to shape human destiny. The village was humanity's first home, and humanity's first battlefield. In the wilderness, humans were scattered. But in villages, they lived close, breathing the same air, sharing the same water. Illness spread faster than ever before. Children fell sick. Elders weakened. The village was a sanctuary, but it was also a breeding ground for disease. The hunters could always move when food ran dry, but the villagers were tied to their land. If crops failed, if floods drowned the fields, if pests devoured the harvest, hunger became a prison with no escape. The fields that gave life could also bring famine. Villages meant wealth, food storage, walls. And wealth invited envy. Neighbors who once traded became rivals. Rivals became enemies. The first battles of humanity were not fought for empires, but for farmland and grain. Even within the village, conflict grew. Some controlled the fields. Others guarded the food. Power shifted into the hands of the few, and inequality was born. The village was not only a home, it was the birthplace of hierarchy. The village was a gift and a curse. It gave safety, food, and culture, but it also gave sickness, war, and power struggles. And yet, despite every cost, the village endured. For from these fragile beginnings would rise the first civilizations. The first villages were fragile, yet powerful. They gave humans food, safety, and belonging. They birthed builders, storytellers, and dreamers. But they also birthed sickness, conflict, and inequality. The village was both gift and burden, a place where humanity took its third great leap. From hunters we became farmers. From farmers we became builders. And from builders, we would soon become rulers. The village was not the end of survival. It was the beginning of civilization. Next, on ancient survival, the rise of civilization, from villages to kingdoms.